Hey there, everybody. Tony Porter, Tabletop Baseball Digest, and here we are with Game 2 of the 1975 World Series using Deep Drive Baseball. This is the most recent season that Chris came out with. And in Game 2, it's Bill Lee versus Jack Billingham, and the Reds are at Fenway Park. Fenway Park is both good for lefties and righties. The Red Sox, or the Reds lineup is Rose, Morgan, Bench, Perez, Foster, Concepcion, Griffey, Geronimo, and Billingham. And then for the hometown Red Sox, it's Cooper, Doyle, Yaz, Fisk, Lynn, and Petrocelli, Evans, Burleson, and Lee. Let's get started. Here we roll 0 to 49 on the batter card and 50 to 99 on the pitcher card. Most of the outs are right on the pitcher card. I only have to look at the defensive range chart. And that's about it. So hey, let's do it. You roll 3 D10s and you read the red, the white, and then the green is like the modifier die, or the informational die. Tells you that the out and so forth. All right, 0-4. That's going to be a deep drive off Rose, and we're going to look in this little box right here. We got a 9. He's batting as a righty, so anything in the ballpark is going to be a fly out to center. And a 54 on Rose is going to be a drive down the line. That's a fair ball into the corner. And digging for second is Rose, and he's in there ahead of the throw. So that is a double, leadoff double for Charlie Hustle. R.I.P. All right, Joe Morgan's up now, so Bill Lee gets the sign from Fisk, and he's ready, sets, and deals. And a 45, that'll be an out range on Morgan's card with an 8, and that's a fly ball left field. Nobody's going to move up right now on that. Usually I don't keep scorecards by hand anymore. I use some sort of technology, but in this case, it's a one-off kind of series, so I'm just doing it by hand. Bench is up next. He's a right-handed hitter against Lee. Rose takes his lead off second pitch, and it's a 40 with a 4, and that's going to be a hard hit ball to the third baseman. Nice play by Petrocelli. Fires a strike over across the diamond to Cooper, and he looked Rose back, so it's a G5, and that's 2 away. And now Tony Perez. Pitch from Lee, and it's a 29. A 29 will be defense. So we're rolling again. It's a 0-1, and that is going to be a ground ball to first base, and he boots it. Cooper boots it. It's an E3. And that will move Rose to third with 2 outs. And next up is George Foster. Foster bats from the right side, and the pitch from Lee, a 43, and that'll end the inning. A 43 is in the out range with a 2. The green is a 2, and that's bounced to first. Cooper hangs on to it this time. That retires the side. So no runs on a hit, and we go down to the Red Sox turn. All right, it's a good crowd here at Fenway Park, and it's Cooper, Doyle, and Yaz. Pitch, and an 86. That'll be in the out range for the pitcher. A 2 is hard hit ball to first base, and first baseman Perez got it. 1 down. Next up is Doyle, left-handed hitter. Pitch from Billingham. And it's a 48. That's on the batter's out, and it's a fly ball left field. Over is Foster. 2 down. And here's Carl Yastrzemski, pitch, and a 56. That's a ground ball up the middle and through for a base hit. So it's a 2-out single for Yaz. Not a threat to steal. Well, with a 10, he had 8 stolen bases, but that's like 1 a month, basically. So we're not going to worry about him stealing right now. With 2 outs, Fisk is up. It's a pitch from Billingham, and it's an 85. That's in the out range of the pitcher with a 4. Hard hit to shortstop, and he'll go to second for the force, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left, and we move to top of the second. Concepcion is ready to roll. Pitch, and it's a 15, and that will be a swing and a miss. Struck him out. one down. Bill Lee gets him with a big curveball. Here's Griffey, left-handed hitter, with a 57, and that's line base hit to right. Played on a hop by the right fielder, Evans. And Griffey is on at first. Now, Griffey had 16 stolen bases. An 11, he's -1. That's a 10. Fisk, what is Fisk is 0, so that's a 10. And there goes the runner, and he is safe. Stolen base for Griffey. I don't do the jump part. I just skip over that. So Geronimo's still up with a Griffey in scoring position. The game one was a Red Sox victory, 6-5. They were down 5-0. They came back. So 2-run homer by Fisk, I believe, in the final couple of innings. Here's the pitch. It's a 33 to Geronimo, and that'll be in his out range with a 3, which is a bouncer to third, and he'll look Griffey back. Petrocelli fires the first, and here's the pitcher, Billingham. Yeah, you get all the players with Deep Drive Baseball. $15, you get a whole season, and you only need about 4 sheets per team, which is nice. Let's see now. Billingham is up, and he's a B, and I got the B card. So here's the pitch from Lee, and that's a 25, which will be a defensive result. And a defensive result with an 81 will be a fly ball left field. Left fielder is Yastrzemski. Yastrzemski should be pretty good in left field. And let's check and see. He is a 2 in left field, so that may fall in there. And it does. It's a base hit single. And with 2 out, Griffey becomes very fast. So I'm pretty sure, will score on this without a throw. Let me just take a look very fast. Oh, it's still a question mark. So we're going to have to roll. And we will do that on the choice chart. We will choose to try to score him. And the throw home is not in time. He scores easily. RBI single for the pitcher. How do you like that? Jack Billingham serving his own cause. All right. And it is Pete Rose with a runner on first. Pitch, and that's an 80, which will be an out range for Lee, and a 0 is lined and caught by Doyle at second base, and that retires the side. 1 run comes in on 2 hits, and the Reds lead it 1-0. All right, Fred Lynn. 58, that is a line drive center field base hit, so he's on at first. Will not be stealing with 10 stolen bases. Petrocelli's up next. He'll just swing away. And it's a 32. That's Petro. And a 2 is a hard hit ball to first base. To second for 1. Back to first. 3-6-3. Double play. So 2-way. And here's Dwight Evans. The pitch from Billingham. And it's a 93, which will be an out range. And 8 is a fly ball center field. Under it is Geronimo, and that retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. And we go to the top of the third, Morgan. So this game can move pretty quickly. And it's a 36. That'll be on Morgan's out. It's ground ball third base, 1 away. Johnny Bench is up next, steps in the box. Lee is ready, winds and deals. And a 97 will be in the out range for the pitcher with a 9, and that's a fly ball center field. Right there is Lynn. He's under it and squeezes it for out number 2. And here's Perez, Tony Perez. The pitch, a 46. That's on Tony Perez's out range with a 0. That's lined and caught by Doyle. No runs, no hits. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the third, here we come. Burleson, Lee. And in the top of the order, Cooper. Pitch from Billingham. It's a 21, and that is a 6, which is a hard hit ball to shortstop. Over to first, 1 down. Lee now. Lee is an X batting card, and there's his X. Here's the pitch. And it's a 59, which will be a single. A single never. He never got a hit. So it goes to the out. That's a strikeout. So Lee strikes out. And here's Cecil Cooper with a 64, and that'll be ball 4. So he walks with 2 outs. On at first, Cooper, again, also not a threat to steal, had 1 stolen base. Doyle with 2 outs and 1 on, and the pitch from Billingham, and that's a 55. That's going to be a base hit single. Cooper will go to third on this because it's a single plus. And Cooper is with 2 outs, he'll be a fast runner, so he'll make it there easily. Yastrzemski now, 2 on and 2 out. Billingham gets the sign from bench. He's ready. Pitch. And a 61 is going to be a base hit single. 1 run will come in. Stopping it. Let's see Doyle's speed. Fast, so he'll become very fast. So he will have to roll on a very fast chart, and he makes it to third. So it's going to be first and third. RBI single for Yastrzemski. And the score is tied now, 1-1. Up next is Carlton Fisk. Billingham gets the sign. He's ready. Here's a pitch. And a 77 will be an out range for the pitcher, 75-99 with a 4. It's a little hard hit ball to short. Flips it to second for the force. And that retires the side. So 1 run on 2 hits. Go to top of the 4th. It's going to be Foster, Concepcion, and Griffin. Pitch 50, and that's a deep drive on a 5. So Foster has an advantage there. And a 36 will be way back to left field. And looking up is Yastrzemski, and that's over the green monster. Home run for Foster. So George Foster rounds the bases, and it's 2-1. Let's just write that in. So we see a 2-1 Reds. And here's Concepcion, the pitch from Lee. And it's 94 with a 6. Hard hit ground ball up the middle. Burleson gets there. Whips it to first. 1 away. Ken Griffey up now. Pitch to Griffey, a 94 with an 8. That's a fly ball. Driving the gap on the run is Lynn, and Lynn tracks it down. 2 out. Geronimo, Cesar Geronimo, lefty hitter, an excellent center fielder. Here's the pitch from Lee, and a 48 will be in the out range of the batter with a 7. Fly ball right field. Backing up a couple of steps is Evans, and he's under it. 1 run on 1 hit, the home run by George Foster. And we go to bottom of the 4th, 2-1 Reds. Lynn leads off with 70, and that'll be a defensive check. And that's a 90. Oh, is that a 99? Wow, 99. And that is going to be a right fielder. Right fielder is Griffey. So we have to see. I didn't put any numbers in there. I could have done that. Let's see where Griffey is here. Griffey's a 2, so that's probably going to fall in there. 99, a 2 is a base hit. So that drops in front of Griffey. So Lynn is on with a single. Next up is Petrocelli. Here's the pitch from Billingham, and that's a 54. That's going to be a deep drive, and a 7 is within range of the ballpark. And that ball's an 88, which is a park deep drive left field, and that ball is gone. 2-run shot. And the Red Sox have taken the lead. Petrocelli with a 2-run home run. And up comes Dwight Evans. So score now is 3-2 Red Sox. All right, Evans up, nobody out. Here's a pitch, and that's a 0-6, which would be a deep drive, and that 5 is in the ballpark range for a home run, and a 64, that's a drive off the top of the wall. And that's Evans goes into second base with a double. So that's 3 consecutive hits against Jack Billingham. And here is Burleson. Steps in the box. He's ready. Billingham gets the sign from bench. And the pitch, 17, which will be defense. And a 42 defense will be a check right fielder. And right fielder is going to be, again, Griffey with a 2 and a 42 on the right fielder. It's going to be he boots it, drops the ball, and Evans scores, and digging for second is Burleson. So it's going to be an E9, a 2-base error on Griffey. Not a good defensive right fielder at all. Here's Bill Lee, and we're going to let him swing away. Not in the mood to do any bunting right now, but he will walk, never walk, so he will strike out again. 1 away. Burleson at second. Cooper, pitch 21, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Struck him out, way ahead, way out in front of the curveball. And that is strikeout number 3. And here's Doyle. My dog wants to leave the room. 31, and that is a fly ball to left field. Over is Foster, under it, and makes the catch. But the Red Sox pick up 3 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits and an error, and they lead it 4-2 as we go into the top of the 5th inning with Billingham leading off. Let's get a quick sip. '87 with a 9. That's off the pitcher card. That's a center fielder fly. 1 away. Next up is Pete Rose. He's 1 for 2. 72, and that'll be in the out range for the pitcher. Ground ball to third. Petrocelli fires the first in time to get Rose by half a step. And here's Morgan with 2 out. And that's a 55, which will be line base hit to left for the lefty Morgan. Rips one, and he's always a threat to steal. And -1, so let's see what he's at. He's going to go here with 2 outs. Yeah, he had 67 stolen bases, so there he goes. And he will pull 16. That's going to be too high. Yeah, that's going to be, he's thrown out at second base. So bench is a righty, so it's a 2-4 caught stealing. And that retires the side. No runs, a hit. Nobody left. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Yastrzemski leads off against Billingham. Pitch with an 85 and a 9 is a fly ball center field. Under it is Geronimo. 1 down. Should have been Yastrzemski. Fisk is up now. So that was Yaz, and now it's Fisk, and Fisk with 47 of 4 bounces second base. Easy play for Morgan. And here's Fred Lynn with 2 outs. Lynn is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. And he's 26, and that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strikes him out. No runs, no hits. 3 up, 3 down. Top of the 6th, here we come. Johnny Bench. Bench is up. He's 0 for 2, grounded out, flied out. Pitch, 0-1. That's going to be a deep drive, and that 0 gives them the advantage, the ballpark advantage of 14, and that is way back into the seats over the Green Monster. And the score now is 4-3. Red Sox. So Johnny Bench clobbers one. And it's going to be Tony Perez. Pitch with a 96 and a 0. That's line. Big, no, caught by the second baseman Doyle. So Perez rips one. But Doyle was positioned perfectly and snatched that one. Here's Foster now, who's got a home run with an 80 and a 0. That is line, and again, it is Doyle. Right place at the right time. Here's Concepcion, steps in the box. He's 0 for 2 today. The pitch from Lee, and it'll be a 10, which is a ground ball and through for a base hit. Hit it hard enough to get through the infield. Past Burleson's glove. And here's Griffey with 1 on and 2 out. 4-3 the score. The Red Sox are up. Concepcion is a 13. He had 33 stolen bases. So there he goes, and that's a 12. 13 minus 1 is a 12. And he is safe with a stolen base. So Concepcion gets himself into scoring position. Here's the pitch to Griffey. Bill Lee 0-2, and that's going to be a deep drive with an 8. Ooh, a little bit too high for the ballpark advantage. An 85 is going to be a fly ball, deep right field. And at the track is Evans, and he makes the catch, F9. So 1 run on 2 hits. They leave 1 in scoring position, and we move to the bottom of the 6th. 4-3 Red Sox. Petrocelli, Evans, and Burleson. 24, and that's going to be a defensive check, and that's a 38. And that's a left fielder. What do we say? Left fielder was Foster. How's Foster in left field? Hold on a second. Oh, he's a really good left fielder, so he will make that catch. 1 down. Next up is Evans. Billingham is okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Twice around through the lineup, so that's 7. So he can go 11. So he's still good. Pitched Evans with a 40, and that'll be an outrange on Evans' card. Bounce to third. Rose over to first in time. 2 away, and here's Burleson with a 36 and a 7. That's a shallow fly ball left field. Racing in is Foster, and he slides, and he makes the catch. He holds on to it. 3 up, 3 down. Foster with an outstanding catch. And it's top of the 7th. It's going to be Geronimo and Billingham, and then Rose. And here's the pitch from Lee with a 59, and that will be a ground ball and through for a base hit up the middle. And we're going to get a bunt. It's going to be a 32, and that's an out with a 3. The bunt, hold on a second, we got to do one more roll. So the 3 is the catcher. And let's see, it's 0 is going to be a pop-up. So it's a pop-up, failed bunt attempt. Pop-up to the catcher. All right. And it's Rose now with a runner on first. And we're going to try hit and run. There goes the runner. It's going to be a 43, and a 43 will be a 2, which is a ball hit right back to the pitcher. That will allow the runner to go to second. 1-3. 2 outs and a runner in scoring position for Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan batted .327, but we're not going to walk him to pitch to bench. Here's the pitch from Lee with a 38, and he'll get out of trouble. That's line and caught by the first baseman, Cooper. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Bottom of the 7th, here we come. 7th inning stretch. And Lee leads off. Pitch from Billingham, 0-8, and that will be a strikeout. I mean, that's really all he does. And remember, the American League used the DH. Here's Cooper, steps in the box with a 73, and that's a defensive result. And we're going to roll a 13, which will be the pitcher. Billingham is a 4, so that's a pretty good fielding pitcher, 13, and he will get it. Comes up with it and throws the first in time. 2 down. Bottom of the 7th, 4-3 Red Sox. Pitch, 55, and that's going to be line base hit for Doyle. Slaps a hit to the opposite field. And here's Yastrzemski with 2 out and 1 on. The pitch from Billingham with a 23, and that will be a defensive result. We roll a 0-5, and that's a ground ball third base, and Rose boots it, E5. So it's first and second now with Carlton Fisk coming up. Fisk hit 10 home runs in 300 plate appearances with a .331 batting average in 75. Here's a pitch, and that's a 19, which is ball 4, so the bases are loaded for the Red Sox. Bases are loaded, and up comes Fred Lynn, the lefty. Now we could go to the bullpen here. I hate to do it. It's 7. 7, he can go 11. He's gone 3 times through the lineup. That's a 10, and he's given up a run. That's 11. So this is his last inning. Let me look in the... I'd like to grab a lefty here. I don't know if I have a lefty specialist. That means he would have a circle around his pitching side. 1-8. Hold on. All right, so let's see who comes in for the Reds. We got Bourbon, McEnany, and Eastwick. Bourbon, McEnany, and Eastwick. McEnany. It's a lefty. We're going to bring him in to face Lynn. He is not a specialist, though, and neither is Lynn. I don't know that I have a lefty specialist unless Eastwick is. Yeah, I don't have a lefty specialist in the bullpen. Andrews, and I'm trying to see if Raleigh Eastwick is a specialist, and for some reason I'm not finding him. Pat Darcy, yeah, for some, oh, there he is, right in front of my, he's a righty. I thought he was a lefty. Okay, so McEnany's going to come in, doesn't really make a difference. So we will do that. Billingham is out, McEnany is in. And he goes 6.2. And it's Fred Lynn against McEnany. And here's the bases loaded for the Red Sox. They can blow it open right here in the bottom of the 7th. They lead it 4-3. Here's the pitch. And that is a 69, which will be a defensive result. Another one. And with a 49, it's going to take us to the first baseman. Ooh, as long as he's not a 1, we're in good shape. And Perez is a first baseman of a 3. So he makes picks up the grounder and steps on the bag, and that will retire the side. So no runs on 1 hit. They leave the bases loaded, and we go to the top of the 8th. So McEnany did his job. Here is Johnny Bench, the pitch. 76, and a 9 is a fly ball center field. On the run is Lynn, and Lynn comes up with it. A nice catch. Got a good jump on that ball right off the bat. And Perez now, pitch, and that's a 62, which will be a ground ball and through the left side. And Yastrzemski gets it into the shortstop. Runner on first, and Foster's up. Foster's 1 for 3. He's grounded out, homered, and lined out. Here's the pitch from Lee, and that is a 0-4, which is going to be a deep drive on Foster's card with a 2. Got the ballpark advantage in 84, and that ball is off the wall, and Perez will hold up. Let's double check Perez's speed. He should be average. He is. A double with average speed. I may try to score him. Here. A double with average speed. Yeah, double with average speed will allow me to score him. So I'm going to try to score him. See what happens. Let's see the choice chart. We have to see who gets it. We're going to use that 2, so it's the left fielder that gets it. Not that it matters. There is a cutoff chart, but I'm going to try to throw home. And here it is. It's going to be 5-82, which he's safe, and it's an 86, and he holds at third. The third base coach holds him up, and it's going to be Concepcion with second and third. They're sticking with Bill Lee here. Second and third, Concepcion, the right-hander. Infield's got to be in here. So here's the pitch from Lee to Concepcion. Second and third, 4-3 Red Sox. Top of the 8th. This is an exciting ball game. Here's the pitch. It's a 38. And with a 2 is a slow grounder to the right in front of the plate. Catcher picks it up. And he will go to first base with it. So it'll be a G2. On a slow grounder like that, everybody holds. Not forced, and it's going to be Griffey. Ken Griffey with 2 out and 2 on. Griffey batted .305. Geronimo batted .257. We're going to intentionally walk Griffey to load the bases, and Bill Lee is going to face the lefty Geronimo. Billy gets a sign from Fisk. Bases are loaded. You got Perez at third, Foster at second. First base is Griffey. 2 outs. And here's the pitch, Geronimo. And that's going to be a 24, which is a swing and a miss. Struck him out. Billy. All right, so no runs, 2 hits. They leave the bases jammed. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Petro, Evans, and Burleson. McInerney still in there. Here's the pitch, and that's a 12. Oh, he's the closer. I didn't know that. I thought it was Raleigh Eastwood was a closer. Oh, he's a closer too. All right, 12, and that's going to be ball 4. So Petrocelli walks. Very slow runner, but he's a good, he's a decent third baseman. Evans now. Pitched Evans, and that's going to be a 0-3. That's a deep drive with a 1. So Evans with a 79, and that's going to be a double. That's going to split the outfield and roll to the wall. Digging for third is Petrocelli, and he stops there. Second and third now. Burleson up. We're going to go to the bullpen and call on Bourbon. Pedro Bourbon is coming out. He will bat. He will be, so he's going to go this inning, and then he will get pulled. So McInerney went 1/3, 0.1, and now it's Bourbon. All right, Bourbon against Burleson, second and third. Do we walk Burleson? That's the and pitch to Lee. Lee's going to pitch. He's going to bat. So we're going to intentionally walk Burleson to load the bases. And here's the pitcher. It's a 0-6, and that'll be a strikeout. What a surprise that is. 4 strikeouts for Lee. And here's Cecil Cooper, the left-hander. Bourbon gets the sign from bench. Bases are loaded for the Red Sox. They can break open this game right here with a hit. And there's a pitch, and that's a 60, and that's going to be a ground ball, and that's through, base hit. 1 run scores. Everybody else is going to hold. So bases are still loaded. Single for Cooper. He's 1 for 4 now. And next up is Doyle, another lefty. So they got the infield in. Here's the pitch, and that's a 58, which will be a base hit. And that brings home 1. It's a single plus. That brings home 2. Going to third is Cooper. And the Red Sox now lead at 7-3. 2 big RBIs for the Punch and Judy hitter, Denny Doyle. And here's Yastrzemski. We're going to go to the bullpen now and call on, who are we going to call on? Ghostbusters. 7-3. We don't want to. What else I got here? I got let me look real quick and see who they were using. All right, let's see. Bourbon, McInerney, and Eastwick. But I don't want to use both closers, so let me go to the next game and see what they did. Carroll, that's who I wanted to bring in. I just want to make sure he's on the roster. We're going to Carroll. Clay Carroll. So 0.1 for Bourbon. And here goes Clay Carroll. And he will face Yastrzemski. Runners on first and third. Infield in with 1 out. Here's a pitch. And that is a 66, which will be a swing and a miss. Yastrzemski goes down, swinging, and Fisk now, righty on righty. First and third, Fisk, 2 outs. Doyle gets his lead off first, and Cooper at third. And here's the pitch from Carroll, and that's a 90, which is going to be a wild pitch. Gets past bench, and 1 run comes in on the wild pitch. And the other runner goes to second on the same. Fisk is still up, and that is 8-3 now. Wild pitch by Carroll. And the pitch is a 31, and that'll be on this card. A 9 is a fly ball, shallow center field, medium center field. And that retires the side. So they score 4 runs on 3 hits, and they lead it 8-3 now. Go to top of the 9th. So we're going to see a pinch hitter here for the Reds. Who's it going to be? Switch hitter Cheney. And he's ready. Pitch from Lee, and that's a 13, which will be a strikeout. Checks his swing. They check with the first base umpire, and he rings him up. Pete Rose now with 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 9th. The Reds are, on the verge of going down 2-0 here in this best of 4 out of 7. And here's the pitch to Rose, and with a 97 will be an out range for the pitcher, center field. Lynn comes over under it, squeezes it for out number 2, and here's Morgan. Morgan's 1 for 4, got caught stealing, and with 2 outs and nobody on in the top of the 9th. So the Reds are down to the last out. Bill Lee checks, and the pitch, and that is an 89, and that'll do it. An 89-2 is a slow roller to the first baseman, Cooper. He's there, and that retires the side and ends the game. And the Red Sox win it by a score of 8-3. And Red Sox again, 8-3 in game 2. And let's count up the hits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hits. And the errors are 1 there. 1 there, 1 there. Just 1 error for the Red Sox. And for the and for the Red Sox, hitting wise, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hits. But the Reds were sloppy. They made several errors and have a wild pitch. Error by Rose, an error on the right fielder, and that's it. 2 errors. Okay. 2 errors for the Reds. So it's 8-11 and 1 for the Red Sox, and 3-10 and 2 for the Reds. And that's the ball game. And we will move to Cincinnati next. And let's see what kind of ballpark card Riverfront Stadium has. Not a great home run hitting ballpark, and particularly not really good for left-handed batters. So that's it, guys. That's Deep Drive Baseball. Remember to like and subscribe my channel. Hope you enjoyed the presentation of a very cool game, very easy to play, and just feels like baseball. It's got a good aura about it, a good kind of flow. It's got a nice baseball flow. Anyway, take care. I'll see you soon.